Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing well. So this video will embark our journey of creating the best ever data pipelines, which are not only functional but they should also be highly available as well as scalable for massive amount of data. So in this video, we are going to discuss some of the data engineering best practices, the strategies, as well as the techniques for improving your data pipelines. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So first of all, you may ask what really is a data pipeline. So data pipeline comes with a series of processes all the way from the collecting the data, then we have to process that data into the required format and then dumping that data into a data warehouse. So that would be the sync. So your data could be coming from multiple sources with like different data types as well as the structure. So this could be like structured data or semi-structured or completely unstructured data. So you are extracting that data from multiple sources, then you are going to run some transformation logic on it. So let's say if you have a column having the junk values coming through it, let's say if you have like you are collecting the data from a temperature sensor, so those sensors do not give you the data as you require. So this will be like garbage junk values present in that column and the values, and you have to extract the temperature value out of it, right? So to do that, you have to build like a data transformation process. And then once you got the data as you need, then you gotta load that data into some sink, which can be used for data analysis, because data scientists will need the data into some specific format, and that platform should able to handle complex queries at a huge scale. So since you will be handling big data, so designing these three tasks and mastering the basics is really the key for every data engineer. So to achieve this goal, you need to first understand what are your data sources, from where your data is coming. Is it a Oracle DB? Is it a S3 bucket? It is coming from any other platform? And then you have to draw your strategies to how you can handle this amount of data as well as which comes from a variety of sources having variety of structure. So now let's talk about the step-by-step procedures and the building blocks for every data pipeline. The first one is data ingestion. So this is like the most vital part of your data pipeline system. So for data ingestion, as I already told you, your data could be coming from anywhere. It could be coming from any API or database or any external source system. So for this data, you have to choose the right ingestion method. So there are like batch ingestion as well as the real-time ingestion. So it totally depends on what you want to achieve at the end of the day with handling this data. So if your data is not that time sensitive and coming at a huge scale, then you should do some batch ingestion of that data. Otherwise, if you need like a quick analysis and quick pick into your data, then definitely you should go for real-time ingestion as well. So the next part of our building blocks of every data pipeline is a data transformation, which is often referred to the heart of a data pipeline. So data transformation is very crucial because your data could be coming as a raw or unstructured format. So in the data transformation, you have to clean that data, validate that data, and then convert it into some usable format so that data scientists can submit some queries or logic, and they will do all sorts of analytics and statistical stuff on the data to get some business insight out of it. Because you cannot do anything on the raw data. You need the data in specified format so that it could be used and feed it to the machine learning algorithms and all. So by hearing data transformation, what comes into your mind? I hope you guessed it correctly. It is ETL, which is extract, transform and load. So you can use different frameworks such as Apache Spark, Apache Flink, as well as most popular library provided by Python, which is Pandas. So I hope you already know about these tools. So if you're not aware of Apache Spark or how you can use it, so we have a dedicated tutorial series of 25 lectures. So you can watch that to learn full PySpark tutorial to become from a beginner to the master. So the next building block is the data orchestration. So you can say it as a conductor of every data pipeline, which ensures that your data loading as well as the transformation process running smoothly, because scheduling task is a very crucial for every data pipeline. So there are tools like the Apache Airflow, which we have already talked about, as well as the Kubernetes cron jobs, which are enable us to trigger our pipeline smoothly, and you can add all sorts of dependencies, and you have to make sure that they are set it up correctly and all your configurations are in place to ensure the data is getting processed in the correct way. So the next component of our data pipeline is very crucial one, which is error handling as well as the monitoring. So every data pipeline in the real world can face hiccups. So the robust data pipelines will anticipate and also handles the error very gracefully. So you have to implement error handling mechanisms into your data pipeline to capture, log and address the issues which you have faced. And you have to be prepared for any changes that are coming in from the source. So let's say if your data is coming from any source and suddenly for some of the field the data type has changed, then your whole data pipeline will collapse. So you have to make sure and be prepared for any such changes in the future. And also monitoring your data pipeline is very crucial. So let's say if you have like multiple Apache Spark jobs which are running into your cluster, and since cluster is for everybody, you are running your Spark code on a distributed platform which will get a limited amount of memory, and once the data will keep growing, your Spark job may not able to handle and sustain, and its performance can drop significantly. So you have to make sure and actively monitor your data pipelines. So there are like many tools out there like Grafana, Prometheus that you can use to effectively monitor your data pipeline executions as well as see their performance. So as well, once you see deviation in the performance, then you can use the best practices. Like in case of Apache Spark, you should use like optimization techniques like caching, persisting and so on to able to scale your data pipeline to a huge amount of data so that it will not break out in the future. The next consideration is like the scalability as well as the efficiency of the data pipeline. So you have to make your data pipeline scalable for the future to handle vast amount of data. So you should be considering like the cloud platform which gives you the capability of horizontal scaling without any administration tasks. So you may not need like a dedicated team for administration that any cloud platform can handle for you. So we have Azure, AWS as well as GCP that can give you like the serverless options which can scale up and scale down as per your workloads and the requirements. And with the scalability, efficiencies also matter, right? So you have to also make sure that your code is well optimized, and you should avoid like unnecessary computations in your code, and also parallelize the task so that it will be distributed to the cluster and then improves the efficiency of your whole process. And last but not least, it is very vital and everyone overlook that topic, which is collaboration as well as the documentation. So you have to document your pipeline comprehensively. So this will not only help during the development process, but also when you onboard any new team member, and also troubleshoot any consistent issues in your data pipeline. So to achieve that, you have to use like the version control system as well as the chatting platform as well as some project management tools to be able to maintain these documentations as well as the collaboration between your team. So there you have it. These are all the best practices for building and creating a robust data pipeline. So remember, a well-built and well-structured data pipeline is really the backbone for every data-driven organization. And with these techniques, you will be all equipped to face any challenges in the data engineering world. So I hope you found this video helpful. So just subscribe to the channel and also ring the notification bell to get the latest updates. Thanks for watching.